These language models cannot read your mind. Therefore, it is extremely important to write the instructions very clearly to achieve the kind of outcome you are looking for from these models. In this video, we are going to learn some tactics which help you write clear instructions. So this is my notebook on Google Colab. I will provide the link in the description below. But let us quickly go through this notebook. So here, let us first install OpenAI because I'm going to use OpenAI models. Okay, so the library is installed. Now let us load the OpenAI library. Once this import is done, the next step is to configure your OpenAI API key. As we know, this API key is a secret key. So what I have done is I have used this feature where you can create your new secret. So here I have created a new secret called OpenAI API key, and this is where I have put my OpenAI API key here. And now I can call that userdata.get function, and I can make use of that API key over here. So this is how I have configured the OpenAI API key here. Now my key is available in this variable, my secret key. Now I can call this OpenAI API and I will pass my secret key. And what this will return is that it will give me an object, a client object. Using this object, now I can call the OpenAI APIs. I have this small helper function. In this helper function, you can see that I'm using this client object and I'm calling this chat.completion.create function. And I'm using GPT 3.5 turbo model. And these messages are nothing but the user and the system prompt passed through this message list. And this model, once it receives that message list, will try to provide a response for your query or for your prompts, and that response is returned through this helper function. I'm setting the temperature as 0. Okay, so till now, we have done the groundwork where we installed the library, imported the library, configured the API key, and we also written a helper function which will accept our messages or the prompts, and it will try to provide the response through GPT 3.5 turbo model. Great. Now comes the actual example where we will be discussing those 3 tactics for writing clear instructions. Imagine you are planning a trip to India and you seek assistance from an LLM. So here you have your user query. So you are saying that I am traveling to India, help me what I should see there. So here you have your user prompt, like I am traveling to India, help me what I should see there. There is nothing in the system prompt yet. Now here I am just initializing a empty message list. Now I'm appending in the message list the system prompt and the user prompt. And then I'm calling this helper function, which we wrote here, this helper function. This helper function will accept these messages and the response will be provided to you. So let us run this. So this is the response LLM provided. Now the LLM has provided a wide array of suggestions starting from Taj Mahal to Jaipur to Varanasi to Kerala to Goa, Rishikesh, Hampi, Ladakh. So this response is very diverse, covering vast diversity of India. However, you realize this advice is not practical because you are only visiting for 15 days and that too is your business trip and you are going to stay in Delhi. So what you need is something closer to Delhi or within Delhi. So then recognizing that what exactly you need, you now further improve your query. So now this time you are saying I'm visiting India for 15 days, staying in Delhi for business. Could you suggest some must see places in Delhi and nearby? So now you have improved your user query. So let us run this. So with the more detailed input, now if you see the response from the model is clearly saying that you can visit these places, and looking at these places we see that most of the places it is suggesting is within Delhi, and it is also suggesting some other famous places which are nearby Delhi which you can still cover. So that was the first tactics, like include details in your query to get more relevant answers. Now let us see the second tactics. Now the second tactics was to let model adopt a persona. Now, in this case, what we are going to do is that now we are going to add a system prompt. In the system prompt, what we are saying that as a skilled trip planner and travel guide, your role is to assist user in meticulously organizing their journeys. Encourage the user to inquire about any specific services they might be interested in, such as hiring a personal guide or availing themselves for any other services. So here now we are asking model to adopt a persona. Let us initialize this system prompt. Let us append this system prompt in the message list. Now here I have this while loop. This while loop is simply added to have that continuous interaction. So let us run this. It is asking for a question. So now just say hi. Now, because we have instructed the model to adopt a persona, so in this case, this assistant is responding saying, hello, how can I assist you today with your travel plans? Are you looking for recommendations, tips, or assistance with organizing your trip? Feel free to ask any questions. So clearly, this model has adopted the persona, which we have configured through system prompt. Now you can ask your question. Hey, I am traveling to India for 15 days. I will be staying in Delhi. Could you help me planning this? So now I have asked a very clear question like, hey, I am traveling to India for 15 days. I will be staying in Delhi. Could you help me planning this trip? Now, this is the response from the assistant, which has adopted a persona of a travel guide, right? So assistant says that, of course, I would be happy to help you plan your trip in Delhi. Delhi is a vibrant city with a rich history of plenty of attractions to explore. Here are some suggestions, and then it suggests like sightseeing, and cultural experiences, day trips, food tour, shopping, personal guide. So now this response, which you see here, is now based on the persona the model has adopted, and that persona it has adopted because through system prompt we have instructed the model to adopt a specific persona. So this is how you can let model adopt a persona while providing response to your user query. So let us just exit this. Now, the third tactics of writing clear instructions is use delimiters to clearly indicate distinct part of the input. Now, through these tactics, you can improve your system prompt and add more instructions and guide the model to behave in a certain way. So let us continue with the same example. So our bot was instructed to adopt a persona. Now in the same system prompt, I'm going to add some more informations. So here, what I'm saying is that this here is the list of services and corresponding rate card. So now I'm improving my system prompt for this assistant, and this assistant is now having the kind of services this travel company offers and the rate card. So the first instruction is to adopt the persona, and the second instruction is to refer this list of services while conversing with the user. So when user is asking something, now this bot will also have the list of services it is supposed to provide to the user and also provide the rate card. Now, there are different techniques to provide the additional information in the system prompt. The techniques are like providing this additional data through different delimiters. So you can use like dash or hash or single quote. You can also use a section title. So now here you see we have used a section title. So I have added this additional information as a different title that here is the list of our services and corresponding rate card. Now let us initialize this system prompt, improved system prompt in the message list, and let us run this while loop again. And again, just say hi. So now bot is responding, hello, how can I assist you today with your travel plans? Are you looking for recommendations, tips, or assistance? So basically, it has just taken that persona, and based on that persona, it is greeting the user and asking how can it suggest or help user for any travel related plans. Now again, user is asking that, hey, i'm I'm traveling to India, how can you assist me? So this time bot is saying that that is exciting, I can assist you with various aspects of your trip to India. Are you looking for recommendations or place visits, things to do like accommodations, transportations? So it is asking like what kind of service it needs. So I need assistance in site visits and also a guide. So I need also a guide. So let's see what this assistant is responding with. So the assistant is saying, great, I can help you with arranging site visits and hiring a personal guide for your trip to India. For site visits, I can provide you with recommendations. So it is actually providing the kind of informations which user is asking for. Feel free to provide me with more details about your travel dates, destination within India, and any specific interest you have. So say the user is saying, thanks, I will be staying in Delhi. Please provide places in Delhi and nearby. So now let's see what bot is responding with. So for this user query, now bot has responded with these details. So it is suggesting this sightseeing near Delhi. So far, clearly we can see that bot has adopted some persona, and based on that persona, it is providing the response to the user. But until now, it has not used the additional information which was provided as part of system prompt. So let us try to see if it is able to use those additional informations. So if user asks, do you provide personal guide? So bot is responding, yes, I can help arrange a personal guide for your trip to Delhi. A personal guide can enhance your travel experience. So it has provided the response based on the services which was configured as part of system prompt. Now let's see what are all the services which was configured as part of system prompt. So these were the services configured as part of system prompt, and one of the services is personal tour guide, and therefore it has responded accordingly. Now let us see if it is able to provide this rate card. So if user asks, what is the charge for personal guide? So let us see what is the response from the assistant. So here is the response. The assistant is saying that the charge for hiring a personal guide in Delhi can vary depending on several factors such as guide's experience, language proficiency, and blah, blah, blah. But it is also providing the rate card. So it is saying it will cost approximately between 20 to 50 per day. Now, the rate card which we have configured is not something where we have provided this range. Our rate card was very strict in the sense that it is 100 per day, but somehow it has not considered that rate card, but it has also made a new rate card by its own, something like between 20 to 50 per day, which is not as per our expectation. So let us so let us exit first from here, and let us try to improve our the system prompt. And here we can say that you should not make up your own rate card. Okay, so it is a very clear instructions. And one of the additional instruction we have added is that you should not make up your own rate card. So this time let us initialize, sorry. So let us re-initialize this system prompt. Let us once again run this loop. So here I'm just straight away going to ask, what is the charge for personal guide? Perfect. So now here you see now assistant is responding saying the charge for a personal tour guide arrangement is 100 per day. Let me know if you would like to proceed with booking a personal tour guide for your trip. So now you see just by adding this additional instructions as part of system prompt, now bot is responding as per our expectation. Okay, so this example was just to demonstrate the second tactics, which was about using different delimiters to provide additional information as part of system prompt. So here we have used this section title as a delimiter to provide these additional informations. Great. Now let us try to further improve this system prompt a bit. And while doing that, eventually you will be building your own bot for your travel agent company. So now what we are going to do is that the another tactics maybe the fourth tactics you can say specify the steps required to complete a task. Now you see here in the previous prompt, so in this system prompt we have not provided any specific steps this model has to follow. We have only set the persona and we have provided the additional informations which model is able to utilize and respond accordingly. But if we are building a bot for say for travel company, then the bot must follow some steps. So let us jot down some steps as part of system prompt. So here in the new system prompt, of course we are setting the persona. And after setting the persona, we are saying that follow these steps while interacting with user. Now, what are all the steps we are telling this model to follow? Step one, we are saying greet the user like welcome to ABC Travels. Then we are saying before starting the conversation, ask the user to provide their name and contact number. This will help us to reach out to user in case communication breaks in between. This is a very good instruction and a very good step because while you are conversing, if there are any communication break because of network issue or any technical glitches, then how to reach out to the user if you have not collected any information. So this is the second step where the model will try to first collect the information from user. In step three, we are saying that you follow the first step, you follow the second step, and then you go to third step where don't share any cost information unless user explicitly requests it. Because many times if user is asking something and you provide the rate information also, sometimes a user may not feel that great because he has not even asked for any cost and you are just dumping additional information. So be very specific and share the rate related information only if user is asking for that. So that is the third step we are instructing. And then the step four is answer user query based on the services provided by the company. So these are the services which are configured. So answer the user query based on the services provided in the company. Step five, if user asks about cost of these services, then provide the cost associated with these services as mentioned below along with service name. So if user is asking the cost of any particular service, then we are instructing the model as part of step five that then you use this additional information where you have the list of services and the rate card. Okay, so let us initialize this. Let us create our message list and add the system prompt in the message list. And let us run this while loop. Now just type hi. Now the bot is saying, welcome to ABC Travel. Before we proceed, may I please have your name and contact number for our record? And this is exactly what we have stated. So it is now following step one, where it has greeted the user and then it has also asked you to provide the name and the contact number. So the step one and step two is being followed. So now user says, my name is say Pramod and my contact number is some contact number. So now bot is saying, thank you, Pramod. Now see, now it has started talking to me with my name. So thank you, Pramod, for providing your contact information. How can I assist you today with your travel plans? Now say I am traveling to India for 15 days. What kind of services you provide? So this time I'm expecting that it should not provide me any rate card. It should only provide the services, but it has provided the rate card as well. Clearly, we need to improve our system prompt. So we go back here. So let us improve this statement. So don't share any cost information until user asks about any cost. So in the prompt engineering, another thing which is the hit and trials. So based on the response you see from the bot, you also need to modify your prompt accordingly. So in this case, we saw that although we mentioned the step 3 to don't share any cost information, but it was still sharing, all the user has not asked for. So I have just modified this prompt. Now I'm saying don't share any cost information until user asks for any cost. Now let's see if this is good enough. Okay, first we have to exit from here. Now initialize this new system prompt. In the system prompt, we have just updated this step 3. Initialize the message list, then run this while loop. So the same thing here. Now it is asking about please share your name and the contact number. So my name is Pramod and my contact number is okay. Now any question? So okay, so now let us ask the further question. I'm traveling to India. What kind of services you provide? So now with that improved prompt or the improved instructions in step 3, now it is not providing the cost information because user has not asked for cost yet. So what it is saying that we provide a range of services to assist you with your travel to India, including comprehensive travel planning, visa procurement, airline reservation services, vehicles, accommodation, personal tour guide, travel insurance. So these are the list of services which was configured and bot is able to provide the response to the user about these services. Now, if user asks, could you share the rate card for personal guide? So this time, bot should respond with the rate card. And this is exactly what assistant responded that the rate for personal tour guide arrangement is 100 or 100 per day. Let me know if you need any further information or assistant. So then you say, no, thank you. So now we can just kindly exit from here. So this is how eventually you build your own travel assistant. But the important thing which we covered here is those 4 tactics for writing clear instructions. So just a recap, those 4 tactics were the first one was include details in your query to get more relevant answers. The second tactics was ask the model to adopt a persona. The third tactics was use delimiters to clearly indicate distinct parts of the input. And the fourth tactics was specify the steps required to complete a task. Hope this was helpful, and I will share the link of this Colab page in the description below. Thank you.